The year is 2020, and I see people trying to grow on Instagram now than ever before. As most of you guys know, I've been helping people grow on Instagram for the past couple of years. I don't think I've seen an influx of people, not only for just Instagram, but also for growing on YouTube, growing on Facebook, growing on social media in general. I haven't seen the influx that is happening like it is now. And mainly what I mean by that is your everyday person who, never really wanted to get into online work, never wanted to use online advertising, wanted to go the old school way. I feel as though there's an awakening happening right now. And that awakening is that you either pivot now, you pivot into getting online now, you pivot into taking advantage of the internet now, you make the pivot now, or you get left behind. And that's exactly what I think we're going to see. I think a lot of businesses that have been neglecting getting into online, getting into ads, getting into Instagram, cashing in on social media, they're going to get left behind. And this is the pivot point where some people are going to go extinct and some people are going to make a lot of money. Some people are going to grow their social media like never before. With that said, this video is organic versus paid Instagram growth and what is best, because the last time I made a video was, I think, about 4 months ago. And back then, Instagram was changing almost on a weekly basis. Seems like every day there's a new algorithm. And so now there's been quite a gap in my video since I've made a public YouTube video. And now it's like so many things have changed. You see a lot of people who used to do Instagram and now their businesses are crippled because they were doing things the wrong way. People who relied entirely on automation have been wiped out. This is stuff that I've been talking about since I started my YouTube channel, trying to get you guys away from automation, away from growing your account with those types of things that don't last. And I think now we are being proved that those types of things just don't last. So with that said, organic versus paid Instagram growth, what is best? This is a blog post from Social Info. A lot of you guys have been asking me, where have I been? When's my next video? When's my next post going to be? I'm going to get to that, but I'm going to get to that after because I want to cover this first. This article isn't long, but it will give you the information you need to know. And then we can get into the other stuff after. And if you guys like reading posts on your own, if you don't want my narration, if you want to be able to read the entirety of this, link is in the description, probably first link in the description. You can go ahead and just check out the post yourself, read it at your own pace, and then you don't have to look at me. So with that said, let's go ahead, let's get into it. So I did some highlighting in this. I'm going to read the highlighted sections again because these are most important. If you want to read the entirety, link in description. So every Instagram account is different, and what works for one account doesn't always work for another. However, what we can do is split Instagram growth into two sections. The first section being growing with organic methods, and the second section being paid methods, growing with paid methods, okay? Now, here is what we at Social Info classify as organic and what we would classify as paid. Now, guys, we have to make this distinction because for some reason people have different definitions of this, or mainly different opinions of this, and you can't bring opinions into definitions. So with organic growth, we are referring to content, explore page exposure, hashtag exposure, sharing, networking, etc. Those types of things classify organic. With paid growth, we're referring to shoutouts, ads, or any service that requires currency to grow. In no section are we referring to black hat tactics that get you banned, such as follow unfollow or botting your account. All of our team experts agree unanimously that going for short-term growth strategies that break Instagram policies are always a bad idea. Okay, so two sections, organic and paid. Does that make sense? You have organic and you have paid. Now, the question that you're probably asking yourself is, which route should you go, right? Should you be focusing on organic growth? Should you be focusing on paid growth? So the quick to the point answer is do both, but start with organic and add paid later. Now, the longer, better explained answer is both organic and inorganic methods of growth are good. Rather than looking at the situation through the mindset of which is best, the situation is better off looked at as how can I use both? You should have an organic and a paid strategy that are both a part of your account's overall long-term growth strategy, incorporating the two to achieve the goal you have. Okay, organic is your foundation. It is the infrastructure for your entire account. If you introduce paid growth methods onto an account with a cracked or even worse, never poured foundation, which was what most people are doing, they don't have any foundation. They want to start their Instagram accounts and they want to be famous overnight, which is no way to do it. You will not only waste your money, but probably end up just calling it quits. This is because the core of your problems come from your foundation, and no amount of money can fix having an Instagram account with bad bones. In order to have an account with a good foundation, you will need at the minimum, content, hashtags, market research, profile optimization, all squared away. Guys, that's minimum, okay? This is why at Social Info, we are always talking about revolutionizing organic Instagram growth. We design the tools to be the foundation layers for your account. So guys, the absolute easiest way to go ahead and start laying the foundation is simply to use Social Info. Are there things outside of Social Info you need to use? Yeah, absolutely. We can't make a tool for creating good content. That comes up to you. We can create a tool for finding viral content if you're a repost page, but if you are your own personal brand, if you are your own content producer, nobody can make a tool for that. That's going to have to come from you. I'll have a pop-up come up somewhere on the screen, and there'll also be a link in the description for those of you guys that want to really learn how to lay that foundation, the how-to. A video will pop up. It'll show you most of what you need to know. So with that said, that is organic versus paid Instagram growth. What is best? What should you focus on? Guys, if you leave here with one thing, let it be this. Focus on organic. Focus on building your foundation. Focus on all of that. And once you have success with that, and by success with that, I don't mean once you're growing 20,000 followers per month or 30,000 followers per month. With the current Instagram algorithm, those numbers are insanely high to be shooting for, and they're not realistic, especially with organic methods. The only way to get there is with paid. So what I'm saying is once you get to the point where you are gaining followers, and a good way to do this, and another blog post we're making is, on this, is a good way to know that your profile is converting well and you have a good foundation is if you have a good ratio from profile visits to followers. If you have 1,000 profile visits and then you get 1,000 followers off those profile visits, you have a 100% follower conversion ratio, which is probably impossible to achieve, but you get the example. So you want to have the people who view your profile convert into followers as many times over as possible. Again, this is going to be another blog post, so I don't want to give away too much. I want to be able to cover that and you guys can read that without, butchering down this video. But the point being, do the organic stuff first, lay the foundation stuff first, do the paid stuff after, and do not be in a rush. Most people who are in a rush get crushed. Now, a lot of you guys have been asking me, Anthony, when's the next video going to be? When's the next post going to be? Yada, yada. Where have you been? Guys, I've been right here. I've been building Social Info. I've been moving forward. I've been putting in more work than ever before. Haven't really gone anywhere. Just really haven't been focused on making content on the YouTube channel, on the Facebook group. And I've really been more focused on building a business, building a real business, because that is honestly what I've been really feeling called to do lately, more so than making videos or anything like that. Really been focusing on building business. That's where I have been. Now, as you guys know, before, like, Instagram algorithm changes so often, and it's still true to this day, it changes so often. So the blog, the Social Info blog, this blog is going to be in the description, and this is what we are going to use to get you information as real time and as day-to-day as possible. So updates, algorithm changes, it's all going to be through this blog. So make sure you have a Social Info account, or if you're already a Social Info user, you're already good. Right here is blog. Anybody can see the blog, whether you are a paying subscriber or you're a free subscriber, because it is free to just make a Social Info account and you have full access to the blog and our updates. Now, in the time that I kind of paused making videos till now, I've gotten so much work done on Social Info, on my businesses, on everything like that, to the point where I have more free time again now. And what do I like to do when I have free time? Well, I genuinely enjoy creating videos. That is why I started YouTube in the first place, was because I genuinely enjoy creating content, creating videos. So that is what I plan on doing. And with the influx of people getting into online marketing, getting into building up a personal brand, getting into getting followers, and most importantly, what all this really means is leveraging the internet. Like I said before, people are either going to pivot now or they are going to get left behind. And I think for the first time in a long time, we see a real life wake up call, especially with the number of unemployment the US has, the number of people that are looking for new opportunities to make money. All this money is most likely and most probably going to be made through online marketing, through digital agencies, through Instagram pages, through personal brands, through YouTube. That's where all this is probably going to be coming into. So now is probably the best time. If you guys didn't start 3 years ago when I started making YouTube videos, the next best time to start is now, before everybody is out there being a content creator. Garner your following first, learn the stuff first, learn how to build your foundation, be a social info user. Most importantly, just take action, just start doing. Now, if you guys haven't liked the video, make sure you go ahead and smash that like button. Also, leave a question about Instagram growth you have down below. A lot of time has passed. What are your questions about Instagram? I'm going to take the best questions and I'm going to make them into a blog post like you just read here, and maybe I'll even make a video on it. But if I use your question, I will reply to you and let you know that I used your question if I can still find you. I might miss you or whatever, but I'm going to try to let you know, send you the link when we use your question. So leave a question below and maybe you'll get a blog post. With all that said, guys, again, if you can, like the video, would appreciate that so much, and I'll see you on the next one.